Why atheists don't believe in God. Part 2. Has an atheist ever asked you a question that you weren't sure how to answer? Thankfully, this hasn't ever happened to me directly, but it has happened to people around me. Something that people tend to say is that Bible excuses are weak. Even if what we are saying is true, if we don't tell them our answers with confidence, then they will likely not listen as much as they would have otherwise. In order to prevent this, we need to know how to answer these questions confidently. Below, there are 3 things atheists commonly say and how to respond to them. Even if you already know how to answer a lot of these questions, it might be a good idea to review the ways that other people respond. Number 1. I can be good without God. Honestly, why this question made me think at first, it really does have a simple answer, but not one someone who doesn't read the Bible would know. No one can be good without God. For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Romans 3:23. It is not possible to be good if we sin. That is not a gray area. Another thing to note is that the reason we as Christians are trying to be good is not to get to heaven. We are doing it because we are commanded to be like Jesus, and Jesus is the one who took away all our sin if we believe in him. Through him is the only way we could ever be considered good. And I'm sorry if the atheist talking doesn't like the idea of there being a punishment for their sin. But that is just the reality of our sin. But something that needs to be made very clear is that Christians are being good, not only because of an eternal reward, but because we love our God. He loves us. It is important that we make it clear to those who don't believe that we actually have a relationship with our God and that he wants to have that with them. Number 2. Evolution makes more sense. I don't see how evolution makes more sense at all. I personally have never seen a half-man, half-ape walking around. In a different post, I mentioned that if evolution is real, we are all just the highest form of animal. In that case, we would have no sense of good versus evil. What also cements that evolution isn't real is that the Bible answers all the questions we have, and history agrees with it. The Bible has never been proven wrong, and if the person you're talking to objects, maybe ask them to do a little more research. On the internet, people say whatever they want, and unfortunately, people believe them without verifying the thoughts. The Bible can be verified and is still being proven as prophecies keep being fulfilled. Number 3. Christians insult atheists' intelligence to try and convert them. Honestly, I agree with this. People do use harsh words to try and share the gospel, and I even admit to thinking harshly at times. As Christians, we need to be careful to not prove this statement right. The Bible doesn't even commend using harsh words to attempt to convert people. Kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul and healthy for the body. Proverbs 16:24. I don't know about you, but when someone speaks harshly to me, I put up walls and shut off. At that point, her opportunity is lost. Our words and tone of voice need to be a gift to the unbeliever. They need to experience the God of love as he uses us, and at the time we are able to share. Wrap up. Some people try and come up with excuses on why God doesn't exist because they want to be in control of their own lives. At the end of the day, even if they walk away rejecting God, God can use your conversation to lead them back to him later in their life. All we can do is plant the seed in their heart and pray for them. God will take care of the rest. One last thing you can ask someone who isn't listening to your attempts to share the gospel is this. Why would they not want to believe they can have eternal life? Don't they want that? Then why try so hard to reject it?